Hey everybody, it is chick season, and today I thought it would be super fun for us to celebrate chick season by making our own marshmallow chicks. Let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is we need to color the sugar that we're going to form our chicks on. So you can use whatever food coloring you like. I'm using a gel food coloring because I know the color is going to be nice and vibrant. I put 3 cups of granulated sugar into my food processor. I'm gonna add just a few drops of my food coloring, and then we're gonna pulse it until the color is all through our sugar. All right, and here is our yellow sugar. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this sugar and I'm going to spread it out on a small baking sheet, and I'm going to put it in the oven at the lowest temperature your oven can go for about 10 minutes or so. You really want to watch it, but we want to allow our sugar to kind of dry out a little bit. All right, while our sugar is in the oven drying off just a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and we need to bloom our gelatin to make our marshmallows. So you wanna get about 1/3 cup of cold water and put it into a container like I have here. And then what we're gonna do, I'm gonna grab my measuring spoons here, and we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of gelatin to our cold water, and we're gonna let it sit and allow it to bloom and grow for 10 minutes. All right, while our gelatin is blooming, let's gather the rest of our ingredients. You're going to need 1.5 cups of water, which I've gone ahead and measured that out. You're also going to need 3 more cups of granulated sugar. So I've got that all measured out here. And lastly, you're going to need some vanilla, and we're going to use 1.5 teaspoons of good quality vanilla. All right, so now what we're going to do is we need to start making our marshmallows. So we're going to go ahead, while our gelatin is finishing blooming, we're going to put 1.5 cups of water into our saucepan here, and we're also going to add our 3 cups of sugar. We want to slowly warm up our sugar till it dissolves, and we're going to allow it to boil steadily, not vigorously. So you don't want it boiling all over the place. So on a medium heat, we're going to boil our mixture for about 15 minutes, and we're actually not going to do any stirring. So you can kind of swirl the pan a little bit, but you're not going to be doing any stirring after everything starts boiling. Since our sugar is fully dissolved, we went ahead and added in our gelatin here, and it's already starting to dissolve as well. Once that's totally dissolved, then we're gonna start that 15 minutes of the very gentle, not rolling boil. All right, so our mixture has been boiling for 15 minutes, and now it's time to start whipping up our marshmallows. I've gone ahead and I've got my mixer ready to go here, and I have given my mixer a good wipe down with some vinegar so there's no oil or anything like that in there. I've added my whisk attachment. We're gonna put our mixer kind of on slow, and we're gonna slowly drizzle in that marshmallow mixture. All right, everything's in the mixer. We're gonna go ahead and turn this up just a little bit here and start mixing up our marshmallows. All right, we're taking a quick second in mixing here, and we're going to go ahead and add in our 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Now that our mixture has turned white, then we're gonna continue whipping up our marshmallows until our mixture is good and stiff. Since we've reached that stiff peak consistency here, we are ready to go as far as making our marshmallow chicks. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to let this mixture sit for about 5 minutes just to stiffen up a little bit more. You don't want to let it sit too long because if you've ever worked with marshmallows, they stiffen pretty quickly. But I want to give it a little bit more stability so it's a little easier for us to pipe them. While we're letting this stiffen up just a little bit, I'm going to show you how I get my piping bag ready for making our chicks. All right, so we're just about ready to get started piping out our chicks. What I've done is I took our sugar mixture that we made and I actually split it in half. So I put half in a bowl here and we're gonna set that aside. And then I made sure I had a good even thin layer of the mixture right here on the bottom of my pan. I got my piping bag ready. I'm using just a circle tip here. I'm using a smaller one. I'm making bantams, so I'm using a smaller tip. But you could use a bigger tip if you'd like as well. And I think it's time for us to add some of our marshmallow into our piping bag. All right, so the way that I pipe my chicks, and you could do this however works best for you, I like to do it in one kind of motion. So I'm going to make my tail. So I'm gonna start, kind of fill it out. I'm gonna come forward, and make my body come up and pull away. And there's my beep. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. All right, let's do another one. And I like to put them right next to each other. Fill up that body as big as you like. Bring it over and bring it down so your peep has a little beak there, and there you go. These are so fun. They taste way better than anything store-bought, and they're so fun to make. I'm gonna pipe up a few more and then we'll take a look at them. So then what you wanna do is after you have everything all piped out, and every chick is gonna look a little different. Some I really like, some I'm not sure of, but you're gonna give them a little bit of a coating in that rest of that sugar to help kind of seal in the marshmallow. And then we're gonna let them sit and harden up for about 2 or 3 hours or so. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're going to add some eyes to our chicks. All right, here's some of our marshmallow chicks all done, and they look great. So fun to make, and what a great way to celebrate spring chick season. The last thing that I like to do, and this is totally optional, is give our chicks some eyes. You can use some black food coloring if you'd like. I actually like to take a little bit of cocoa powder on the end of a toothpick and just poke in 2 eyes. All right, and here's what our chick looks like with some eyes. Oh, so cute. Hopefully I've given you some inspiration to make your own marshmallow chicks. It's such a fun project, and it's really impressive when you're done. My biggest tip with this project is, well, I actually have 2. Number 1, be patient with your marshmallow mixture. Make sure you're fully mixing it till you have that stiff consistency. The other tip I have is make sure you're using a good size piping bag. I actually made the mistake of using a little bit of a smaller bag, and I had to move really quick because I did allow that mixture to sit for a little bit, so it was firm for piping, but it also started to turn really quick. So use a good size piping bag. You can even use a zippy bag if you'd like to with your piping tip. If you have any questions, be sure to let us know in the comments below. I'm gonna get back to adding some eyes to my marshmallow chicks. Thank you so much for watching.